Back in 2019, the Victoria's Secret fashion show went on an indefinite hiatus, and they made their official comeback last year. And they just had their 2025 Victoria's Secret fashion show. And I have to be the person with the unpopular opinion. We're not so back, okay? Victoria's Secret has already lost multiple billions of dollars catering to performative inclusivity with their brand. They've lost so much brand value doing this. And still, they are digging in their heels with more of it in this installation of the fashion show. They included lots of plus-size models, lots of non-models as well, including influencers, Nepo babies, and athletes. But the most egregious example from last night was the feature of Alex Consani, who actually is a professional model, but is male and identifies as female. As you can see in this photo, this was Alex Consani on the runway last night with the Victoria's Secret angel wings. Look, this is a gay man in trousers at the Victoria's Secret fashion show.
That's a guy?
Get out of my face with this. I have no patience for this anymore. And you can also see on Alex Consani's Instagram just weeks ago a photo of his tuck-in kit next to the Victoria's Secret robe there in the dressing room. This is a pre-op trans-identifying male being featured with the rest of the models.
Got
proudly. And this is why they continue to be a joke to me. And I understand exactly why this happened. They came under new leadership back in September last year. Look, I'm just saying this wouldn't have happened under Les Wexner. Whatever you have to say about Les Wexner, his weird friendship and business relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, this wouldn't have happened under Les Wexner. Their new CEO is Hillary Super, a lesbian who has spoken about the importance of representation in leadership. She is married to Gap executive Michelle Sizemore, who publicly celebrated Hillary Super's appointment as CEO on social media. She has noted that it is important for her to be the LGBTQ CEO, allows her to show up authentically and help dispel stereotypes, noting that visibility is crucial for the next generation of women. She
Did you say why? Why it's important for the next generation of women? Why does that matter?
Why do you think?
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
not. It's not.
It's not. But yeah, this is who is making the decisions at the top of this company, including the decision to include athletes Angel Reese and Sunisa Lee as part of the runway show. Here they are together. They're literally like 2 feet apart in height. But yeah, we have a WNBA player and a gymnast who is like 4 feet tall on the runway. It just doesn't make any sense, especially given Angel Reese's recent complaints about feeling overly sexualized online. Then just seconds later is going on to this underwear catwalk. I have no patience for that either. And of course, they did include multiple plus-size models, some professional models, but also Barbie Ferreira, an actress, who was one of their plus-size models in the pink runway segment. They covered her up, though, with this huge denim jacket, which I thought was a telling decision, that they have this huge jacket covering her body while you have the size 0 K-pop stars performing in the background.
They give her like the angel wings, but they fold the wings over the front of her.
Yeah. I also thought, so they had multiple music performers. One of them was this K-pop group called Twice, and their vocals were distractingly awful.
Okay.
They should have just lip synced. It was terrible. They also had Carol G singing in Spanish, whatever.
That makes sense. Carol G is like extremely like that was one of those ones when I found out how famous she was. I was like, how can
like
somebody?
Bad Bunny.
It's kind of like Bad Bunny, where it's like it's actually really impressive that they could be that famous, but I've never heard of them.
I don't know
I mean,
why.
that was years ago.
They
though.
projected on the Jumbotron at the show just the word Latina.
Which is very like, why not Latine? Like I said the other day, I was just informed of Latine, which is the new, ivory tower gender neutral term.
They could have just put up pandering.
Yes.
And they also included this TikTok influencer named Gabriela Mora. This is a picture of her backstage at the show. She just looks like a girl you went to high school with. And in the name of inclusivity and just trying to scrape back relevance in this day and age, they had to include influencers, as well as another named Quen Blackwell. These people don't know how to model, and it's very obvious. I didn't go into watching the broadcast with like the list of people who were cast. So I went in with fresh eyes, and I knew exactly who was featured, who was not a professional model immediately by the way that they walk and present themselves. They're like just overdoing it. They're making it all about themselves. They're posing like an Instagram photo shoot when that's not what it's for. They also included multiple Nepo babies, including Kate Moss's daughter, Lila Moss, and Jude Law's daughter, Iris Law. Here is a picture of Iris Law. It's just like painfully obvious that this is not a model. She was included because of her last name. And Bella Hadid was also in the show. That's to be expected. But it's weird because just weeks ago, she posted a hospital photo shoot where she's in the hospital bed, like just fighting for her life.
Look, this is what they were doing to raise money for Lyme disease awareness.
Right. Now we're all aware of Lyme disease. And
Thank God.
Just look at those wings. I learned that these wings that she's wearing are 50 pounds. And she looks like she's struggling to carry herself.
Well, she should have gone to basic training for a couple of
I even saw as she was walking back off stage, she's pulling on the straps, trying to support the weight because she's frail and malnourished and was literally hospitalized for some benign like medical crisis a matter of weeks ago. One positive thing I'll say about the show is that they included Madison Beer as one of the musicians performing. I like her look. I like the vibe of her music and her branding for this. She looks like she could be one of the models, even though she's not a professional model. They had her walk at the end of her performance as well. But it does just show how much they have plummeted in brand value, that they can't get real, like, big name musicians to perform at their shows anymore. They used to have Kanye West, Rihanna, Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, Taylor Swift, The Weeknd. So many huge musicians performed at the Victoria's Secret shows because it was a big deal in the culture back then. And it's just not anymore. It's lost all of its relevance. And I think just featuring Madison Beer as one of their musicians, unfortunately, kind of proves that point.
Yeah.
Because she's not that famous and not that relevant. And they also, toward the end, just took like an intermission for Missy Elliott to perform. If you're a fan of Missy Elliott, like, no shade, I guess, but she has zero relevance to young people today. Like, I don't understand why she was there, just on that basis alone. They don't have big name pop stars anymore who are interested in performing at the Victoria's Secret show. And it's their own doing. They tanked their own brand.
Yeah.
And they're still digging in their heels, even post Vibe Shift. Like, I thought that we were past the woke era, and I have seen The Quartering weighing in on this, posting some selected cherry-picked photos of the show saying, look, we're so back. Look at all of these OG models. They brought back, you know, Adriana Lima, and they have Bella Hadid, and, you know, lots of the original angels. But that's just cherry picking. If you watch the whole broadcast, you'll see what a mess it was. And the inclusion of a man on that stage is so much of an insult and just a joke that I don't think they deserve any credit for an improvement being made on last year.
Okay.
And another positive thing I'll say about it, I think it was cool that they opened the show with Jasmine Tookes, she appears to be just about to pop. She's like 8 months pregnant right now. I thought that was pretty cool and pretty impressive just on a physical level that you're able to catwalk while 8 months pregnant. That takes some athleticism and training. So I guess that's one of the other positive things about it. But for the most part, it was just kind of lame and underwhelming. I remember last year when we talked about the show, we had a hate video made about it. And you were on that episode, and this guy, this gay man, was saying that about me, like, oh, she says she's into fashion, but she clearly doesn't understand anything about this. And she doesn't understand
She says this, but let me tell you why she's not, because I said so.
Yeah, and he was basically saying that I don't have a valued opinion on this, despite the fact that I'm literally the target audience for it. Like, this is a Victoria's Secret show that is meant to sell underwear to women.
Not to gay men.
Not to gay men. At least I would hope that he's not buying the underwear. But maybe he is. I am the target demographic, and I'm not just saying this because I'm conservative, although that plays into how I form my opinion on it. There are lots of, you know, apolitical or like left-leaning young women who I'm seeing talk just as much shit about it because it's lame, and you can't really argue with that.
All right.
It just lost its appeal.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.